Good morning, everyone. How we doing? Quiet inside day? Overnight inventory a little bit long, just a tiny bit long. Value area is kind of over yesterday's close, but we're just inside yesterday's value and range, which is cost basis and range. So just choppy back and forth. Chart doesn't look too bad on the 1 minute. Now, yesterday we had, selling in chip stocks in Korea. They had leveraged ETFs. I posted the article in the JJ commentary. You guys want to know why markets sell off the way they do? Most of this is caused by margin selling, right? People over leverage. You get leveraged ETFs. You guys know what those are, right? So it's people trading on a lot of credit, and that's at all-time highs. So when nobody can pay their bill, they start to sell. Selling begets selling. It's like a snowball rolling down a mountain. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then everybody gets sold out. Market stabilizes, goes sideways. That's what we're looking at now. I'm still thinking we're going to go test that 73.91. Otherwise, we're just going to go back and forth like this between 91 and 75.11. Um, I mean, we've had the Fed. We have the end of the quarter. Let's see what this quarter looks like. I mean, the end of the quarter is going to be Monday. Right now, we're just basically in a holding pattern. The inventory is above us. If you look at any kind of a longer term chart, even if you just pull the old half hour up on here, and if I just went and got rid of all of the levels, you could see that we are basically, there's this inventory above 75.40 that's being sold off, and we're taking it in here between 74.20 and 74.60, just back and forth, right? You guys understand what I'm talking about? Does anybody not understand what I'm talking about? Anybody in the room? Right? All of this is trapped long. This is the last position before the move up, so we're just right back in. We're absorbing this down here. So you want to see this volume start to build out the way it has here. It's very simple. So we'll go sideways, and if that sideways action, if we have stability, then we can bring in buying, and the buying will stick. If this action doesn't bring stability, we'll go test that 7400. Real simple, right? So those are basically what your options are. If you're not a size trader, if you're not doing a directional bet, that's okay. There is a beautiful here on the half hour. There's a beautiful bounce zone you could just trade back and forth. And it's big enough that you can make 20, 30 points just in the zone. Right? So if you're a larger trader and you're looking for those trades, right now we're in this where is it here? We're in a 74.32 to 55 balance. Pretty simple. Right? So we do a look above and fail of 55, you short it down to the middle of the zone, right? You can do some business, right? So, it's underneath 55, you short the 50s and you're looking for 44. If it breaks 44, you can hold the short down to the 33s. Then you do the look below and fail of 33 up to 44, right? Rinse and repeat, right? That's what I would recommend for larger traders who are looking for those larger, longer term trades. Just work that back and forth. Here's our balance, right? And as you can see on the 1 minute, it's a little slow. It's a little choppy. Try to get rid of that inventory from yesterday. And they're doing not a bad job. I mean, yesterday's point of control is down here. So that 44, 40 to 44 product we're moving off in the 50s. Not really great business tonight. Let's see. Any big news today? New home sales. And then tomorrow we have jobless claims. So nothing really huge, just the usual. The usual. What's going on, guys? What are you guys doing? Oh yeah, MU earnings tonight? Yeah, these stocks have had seems the old SpaceX hype's over now. Typical IPO, take it, sell it down. They actually went below the floor here at 150 for a little while yesterday and then managed to clean it up. Yeah, let's see. MU. Oof. Yeah, everyone's cost basis is under 450 bucks, so that's the tough part on these deals, you know. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I would say, David. The inventory is above us on the 30-minute chart, and we're just buying it back here. That would be a good thing to do, Raj. They should have put that news out earlier, right? They should run that split it 3-for-1 forward, run it to like 1,500 bucks, right? That's always fun. They might not have the ammo right now. Everyone's a little exhausted after the big run up, right? You know, a lot of these deals had massive, massive, massive flows, right? Big runs. You know, MU over the last couple of months, you know, these stocks have doubled. You know, SanDisk, look at this. It's just insane, right? So, you know, Marvel, like a lot of these deals have just run like crazy and they need to take a little steam off. That's all. They don't go up forever, right? Looking to see if Microsoft can get down to that 327 level. That'd be interesting. Yeah. Oh, the inventory. No, these aren't charts. No, 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 no. Not shorts. Do you understand, David? So that volume above it, that those aren't shorts, right? The bids now are coming from the shorts who shorted up there, and they're buying back the product from people who were trapped long. Does that make sense? Maybe it's just a wording thing. Let's see what happens when London opens. It'll be a quick session. If the candles are like small and they're not, I mean, we're barely trading, right? The tape is barely moving, and we are right in the middle of this green zone. We're distributing above VWAP, right? That much is clear, right? You can see the distributions, right? We're taking this, we're selling it up here. If we put it on sale, we'll bring it back. If we bring in buyers, we'll do this. But it's slow. Hey, Moran, how you doing? Might be a slow Wednesday. The trapped longs are selling, and the buyers are the shorts who are trying to cover. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Once you get that sort of a clear picture of that, it's a lot easier to understand how the business works. And then you can start putting trades together that will take advantage of that, right? Oh boy. We are stuck in the middle here. You guys have any questions? Anything you want to talk about, look at? So new traders, clear thing when you come in and you look at a 1 minute chart and it's in very tight range, the price action is slow, there's no trade for you. Real simple, right? Learning when not to trade, like if you start trading this, right, and it's just moving up and down really slowly, there's no real direction, it's really choppy. You don't want to be in that, right? You don't want to be stuck in the middle of that. Let's see here. London's going to open. Let's see what they got. We'll keep the session short. If there's no movement, we'll keep it short and let you guys go early. Trades I would be looking for. This would be a nice trade again. A look below and fail of 74.35. I could go for that. Another look above and fail of 57. You know, we have a seller at 54. It's pretty mechanical. I mean, you know, it's very sort of precise. Here's London. Let's see what we do. Not much movement. Oof. 6 ticks. Oh, here we go. Don't trade this. Right? Don't get sucked into this. Right? There's just absolutely no follow through. The market right now is waiting for more customers to come in. That's what they say. You know, you hear older traders say, "Oh, the market is waiting for information." That's what they mean, right? They're waiting for follow through. They're waiting for order flow. There we go. Let's see if we can get down to VWAP. Now let's see if it doesn't go to VWAP, somebody will front run it and you can come in. So VWAP is 45.5. If you have large order flow, it'll break VWAP. So just make sure, if you're trying to do the bounce off VWAP, right? You're buying 46, you're selling 47. There's a seller at 46 and 3/4 now. If it doesn't hold VWAP, you scratch the trade. I mean, these are sort of like I really want to trade and I can't sit still kind of people, right? And then you're stopped out. That's why you kind of want to look for a look below and fail of 42 or 35. Much better odds, right? But for the gun to your head trader, the people who have to trade, the people who are like crack addicted, so you don't lose too much money, I tell you, look, if you're buying VWAP, just put your stop underneath. Because if that trade is going to work, it's going to work pretty quick. You saw it work yesterday where it came and it left a space and then bounced. Like, see how it did here? See how it did here? See how it did here? That's not happening now. Why? Well, because you spent more time above it and you sold more crap above it. So here you had less people trapped long as here and here. Now you've got all these people over this period of time trapped. That's why it's doing that. Hope that makes sense. So you're looking for a look below and fail of 42. If that doesn't happen, step away and look for 35. Wait for 35. Don't get caught up with trying to buy this thing when the bid goes. Okay? Now watch the reaction at 42 and 3/4. Now this is normal London behavior where it does try and get a little lower, get some cheap product, right? London usually corrects inventory lower, generally. I think that's like 60% of the time, right? So if you are buying 43 or 42 3/4, right? If you're buying that 43, 44, you know that there's going to be a seller at 45, right? So there's VWAP there. It is going to sell. If it gets past VWAP, your next target will be here, right? Top of the candle, that's where the sellers will be. Make sure if you are long that you're selling into this. See, I told you right there, right? You're long 43, sell 45. What's wrong with that? Make your money. Long 43, stop 42, sell 45. You make 2 points, maybe 2.5. You knew there was going to be a seller there. Why did you not sell? Right? If you're not fast enough to do that trade, then you got to practice. But that's the opportunity the market just gave you. It gave you a 43 long, 42 half, 42 stop, sell 45 half, 46. That's 3 points, right? I told you look below and fail of 42 and 3/4. We didn't even get underneath 2 and 3/4. That's your signal to go long, but you have to sell it right away because I told you there'd be a seller right where there would be a seller. This is the only trading room where we'll tell you exactly where the sellers are so you can trade intelligently, right? You won't get that anywhere else. You won't get specific instructions on where to enter the trade and when to get out of it. Hopefully you guys are understanding what I'm saying. Cool. And you know you have a seller there. You must sell into that seller. There is no reason for you to not sell because somebody else will and they'll take your customer and you're going to be sitting there holding contracts. Now, if it creeps up above 47, 48, boom, there's your next seller. There it is, right there. Right? That's not a bad little trade, right? You wait for it, you wait for the trade, you take the trade and you sell and you make your money. This is not rocket science, okay? I told you guys when the market was selling off to look for a look below and fail of 42 and 3/4. It did not even look below. You had two candles with the same bottom. You go long, you put your stop here. Okay? So you're long, stop, sell one, sell two, sell three. Does everybody understand the mechanics of that trade? If you want to be fancy, this is a counter inventory trade. Inventory corrects lower and you buy the counter. You buy the second leg of it. Right? A lot of people will be, oh my God, I missed this entry. I missed that. I missed that. This is a lot easier, right? Buying VWAP, risky, right? Here you use the levels, right? You let these traders work it out and show the market is bid. There you go, right? That's all you have to do. So if you're long 43 and you're out at 46 on 5 contracts, do the math. Right? You've made your money for the day. 3, 4 minutes. If you make $500 to $700 before Globex, before RTH even opens, do you realize the tactical advantage you have over 99% of other traders who are chasing their tails, running around like chickens with their heads cut off at the open, knowing, oh, it's going up, it's going down. They take 10 or 15 trades trying to get the direction of the open. Do you realize how much of a tactical advantage you have? You've made your money and you sit back and laugh while everybody else is losing their mind, getting all hyped up for the open. Simple trades like that, right? I mean, I have traders that I coach who make 20, 30, 40 grand a month and never even trade RTH. It's not bad. You know, how would you like to make 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month, not even have to trade RTH? I have one guy who trades between 7 in the morning New York time and 9 in the morning, and he makes 1,500 to 4 grand a day. When he has a bad day, he'll lose $1,000, right? But he has maybe 1 or 2 bad days a month out of 20 trading days. And all he does is just do this. It's so simple. It's simple and you can practice it so you can get better, right? It's simple and it's actionable, right? Start learning how to make money. Stop talking about things that don't make you money. Stop wasting your time on things that don't pay, right? If it doesn't serve you, get rid of it, right? If your charts look like something that should be hanging in a museum of modern art, you're not making money, okay? Simple charts. If you can draw a straight line and if you can pay attention, we can teach you how to make money. That's all you got to do. Next seller up here just under 51. And that's it for today. You guys have any questions? Does everybody in the room, you guys understand what I was talking about? Do you understand the mechanics of that trade? Do you understand how to wait for it, take the trade, and then be done? Now, don't give the money back. Now, don't go and trade it again, right? So you've made your 500 bucks, your 300 bucks, your $700. Take it and go away. Don't sit there and give it back. And that's how you make money, a little bit of money every day, and it adds up. Got it? Keep it simple, right? Yeah, Moran, we're gonna have to work on that. I mean, I don't really get to talk to you very much, so I get feedback from you once every 6 months. Sometimes you're doing well, sometimes you say it's always wrong, so I really don't understand. Give me a call, I am available, right? I mean, there was a time a while ago where you were nailing it all the time, and now you flipped, right? So I'm here. You got to just message me, okay? Okay. It's not an easy market to trade. It's challenging, and you really, really have to wait for your opportunity. And the other thing too is I think that you have, well, we'll talk, but I think you just need to execute more because you see things really clearly. Okay. Anyone else? Like here, just leave it alone. There's nothing to do here, right? You're not at an edge. Does everybody understand the difference between doing business here and doing business here? Yes? No? Okay. Right? There's a big difference because you're waiting for an edge. You're getting the best deal here. Here, there's no follow through, right? There you go. This kind of day, this kind of session, you take a look at the chart and you go, this is not opportunity. All of this is not opportunity for us. There's a trade here, there's a trade here, and there's a trade here. The rest of this is bunk. Oh, and there's a short here, right? You gotta wait for that edge. So, there's a trade here, there's a trade here, there's a short here, and there's one. So in this time from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, for me, there are only 4 good trades. It's easy to get caught in this crap, right? But this is for wholesale. That's not for you, right? The thing is, a lot of you guys have tried and been smacked, but you're not taking away the learning from it. So if you want to take away the learning from it, well, what It's Wednesday today, right? Now I got to do the podcast. Tomorrow we'll do an execution lab. Okay, at 11. All right. We'll do an execution lab at 11. I can sense people are getting frustrated again. So, yeah, I've got to do the podcast. Otherwise, I'd have done a lab today, but they wanted to do the podcast today. So, all righty, folks. Keep at it. This is the time in trading where, and I've been through this too, where you can't seem to do anything right, right? You just work through it. It'll be difficult. Just work through it. You got to work through it. Knowing when to stay away from this thing is also really, really important, right? Keep at it. We'll get there. And of course, the market will change again after the new quarter starts. So we will have to go and adapt again. It builds character, that's for sure. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in our next session at 9 a.m. Have a good morning. Stay out of trouble. And remember, be picky about where you do business on the chart, folks. If you need me, I'm around. Bye for now.